Today I'm going to be going over the top 5 worst months. Now before we get into it, I feel obligated to remind you to please like and subscribe to give me some of that sweet, sweet external validation. Now before we begin, please just remember that this is only my own personal opinion, so if you happen to disagree with me, then please interpret that as a personal attack that you should respond to by being extremely aggressive towards me and everyone else in the comments. So without further ado, my criteria for ranking these months is mostly based on their holidays and the weather based on where I live, and whatever else I want to do because this is my video. But anyway, coming in hot at number 5. I've actually got a relatively cold month, which is November. Now, did I just make a video about how great Thanksgiving is? Yes. Does November still suck? Yes. So November is a fall month, and the fall is probably my favorite season. So if you like fall things like mild temperatures and colorful leaves and Halloween, then November's extremely disappointing because all that stuff's done by then. It's also too early for there to really be good Christmas weather either. As for the holidays, I think I've covered Thanksgiving pretty sufficiently. Black Friday, of course, is always a good time, but otherwise there's not much going on here. Overall, November's a pretty mediocre month. Number 4. Next we got March. Some of my least favorite weather is like 35 degrees and raining, and March is all over that. St. Patrick's Day is a good time though. I love a good excuse to drink. And I know that March Madness tickles many people's fancy. Overall, not a great month. Number 3. As a kid, I never would have put a summer month on a worst months list, but August sure has earned it. First of all, it doesn't have any holidays at all. But June and September don't have a whole lot in the way of holidays, and they still do fine, so what goes horribly wrong here? It's actually very simple. August is hot as hell. This is when my taint sweat reaches its oppressive peak. Sure, in this day and age we have air conditioning, but you have to walk to your car at some point. Even as a kid, sure, summer break is still going on at this point, but the threat of the first day of school is looming at the end of this month. Just not a good time. Number 2. Could it be anything other than the Monday of the whole year? As the joy of the Christmas season fades and you go back to the old grind, you're now faced with the harsh reality that it's not going to be nice out for 6 months. Just a bleak, hopeless, brutally cold month. And what holidays are there to console you? The real holiday was the night before. People with jobs don't even get Martin Luther King Day off. I suppose the Lunar New Year is a good time for those who celebrate it. Honestly, this month probably would be number 1 if there wasn't another month that sucks even more. And now, before we get to the number 1 spot, I'd just like to go over a couple of honorable mentions. And those are April and May. The weather's really just too inconsistent for them to be top 5 or bottom 5 material. And now, for the number 1 spot. Oh my good lord, if ever there was a bullshit month, February is it. Okay, I'll start with the pros. 1. It knows its place by being the shortest month. Although every 4 years it sticks a big old middle finger in your face by being a day longer, which is a good segue into the cons. By this point, winter has lost all its charm. Oh, there's plenty of snow, but by this point it's either yellow, black, or some shade of brown. And the salt just turns the sidewalks and roads into a half-frozen nightmare. Oh, and the holidays. President's Day? Alright, sure. Groundhog Day? Great, so if the groundhog sees its shadow, then we still have 6 weeks of winter left. And if it doesn't see the shadow, then we only have 6 weeks of winter left. What a helpful annual tradition. Oh, and the cherry on top of it all, Valentine's Day. So if you're in a relationship, then you get to spend extra money to go somewhere crowded. Or at the very least exchange overpriced gifts that are going to be 75% off the next day. And if you're still single, then you get an annual reminder that no one has ever loved you and no one ever will. Thank you for watching Top 5 Worst Months. I'm sure number 4 shocked you. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button to be notified when I post a new video. I'll see you next time.